Hello, my name is Victor Austin. I was a bus passenger on the Greyhound bus from Prince George to Kamloops on Wednesday, April 5th. The bus caught fire and we were treated very badly by Greyhound. Um, I would like for the driver to be actually disciplined for his negligence. I'd also like for the passengers to be compensated for everything that they had to endure. 2 hours outside of the bus, being treated badly by Kamloops Greyhound employees, and just basically just everything that went wrong with that night. So, um, not just myself, but everybody in that bus that had to endure that. Some passengers actually decided to hitchhike and not wait for the bus because I guess they were close to their destination. But the rest of us really had to endure because we had no choice. I couldn't walk to Vancouver from Cache Creek, so and also this disabled lady couldn't do that either. So my voice is not just for me, but for them as well. We were traveling from Prince George to Kamloops and then transferred to bus to catch Vancouver, get us to Vancouver. On the way, we were on almost just out of Cache Creek when the bus driver had stopped to investigate, I guess perhaps a smell from the rear wheels that he was smelling, and also because the whole cabin was filling with smoke. So when he got out, he actually went out, and then he noticed smoke coming out from the wheel. But rather than investigate further, he just decided he's going to call the head office. So he called head office, and then meanwhile, it took a passenger to actually tell him, oh, you actually have your bus is on fire. You better get everybody off. So he does that, but still he's on the phone. He casually gets the fire extinguisher, he walks back, and he doesn't know how to use the fire extinguisher. The actual passenger has to take it away from him and start extinguishing the flame all on his own. Meanwhile, the driver, all of a sudden, he starts to go back on his phone, talking with head office. The obvious thing that happened was, I'm not a mechanic, but I think the guy left his parking brake on. And he decided, okay, fine, I messed up. I need to cover my back. I need to get myself out of this situation. So he calls head office and he starts spinning it the way he wants it to spin. But meanwhile, the passenger extinguishes a fire. We have to get out. He has no concern about us as the passengers, being out in the cold. I didn't have my jacket on. I took off everything. I had just my t-shirt and my dress pants. And anyways, we're sitting out there roughly for about an hour before I finally confronted myself. You know what? It's cold out here. You think maybe they can get a taxi cab and get us over to the next city? It's like 15 minutes. And it's like, oh, they're sending a bus. They're sending a bus. Well, okay, where's it coming from? Oh, it's coming from Kamloops. Now, how long ago? How long is that going to be? Oh, it's going to be an hour. You said that an hour ago. And they wouldn't do that. Their obvious concern was about their bus and the driver. The passengers basically were cattle, and once we got to Kamloops, we figured, okay, fine, we're supposed to get a 20-minute layover. We can actually sit down, we can unwind, we can actually rest, we can maybe decompress about the stressful situation we were in. But basically, we were herded from the bus into the lineup, and we were at the end of the lineup because the Kamloops bus passengers had priority because they were waiting in a nice, warm lounge with access to food, with access to drinks, coffee, juice, water, and washrooms, everything like that. Meanwhile, we were stuck on the side of the road, so it was, oh, can you guys actually move to the side there because they've been waiting 2 hours for the bus. It's like, well, yeah, us too. We're waiting outside of the bus. And then all of a sudden they started yelling at us. The passengers started yelling at us. The Kamloops bus passengers. Oh, boo-hoo! At least you're not dead. It's like, oh man, like. And then there was actually 2 passengers that needed to go to Kelowna, and they missed their connection. So they had to make special arrangements for those 2 to get them to Kelowna because there was no other bus for 6-7 hours. So they had to actually probably pay for a cab to get them back to Kelowna. And the Kamloops ticket agents, they treated them so badly. They actually made them feel like dirt, It's like, oh, like you guys are 2 hours late, and it's all because of you guys. Not because of what the bus driver did, not because of his negligence, not because of his being an idiot, but because of, they took it out on us as making us the cause of the problem. No, we weren't the cause of the problem. We were the passengers. We were the victims, basically. We had an elderly lady there that needed a walker, and she couldn't get her walker from underneath the bus. They made her stand outside. So finally, they opened the door so she could actually sit on the stairway that you get onto the bus, and she used that until they finally said, okay, well, we'll let you back on the bus. What? Really? The bus smells like smoke. It's filled with smoke in there. There's chemicals that burned in that fire that are actually inside that bus now. They're going to be exposing us to toxic chemicals now. Really? Is that what you're going to do? Well, that's the only option you have. You can stay outside or go back in. And people that were disabled, like myself, couldn't stand up, for much further. And then the elderly lady that needed the walker, yeah, we went back in the bus. Our eyes were burning. Oh man! And when I got interviewed by CBC, my voice was shaking. And actually putting the driver down as some kind of hero. He was no hero. I didn't get the full story until later on about how full of about how stupid he was, really. And I actually wanted to talk to the lady. There was a lady there that was sitting on the seat that's right above the wheel well, and she gave me her phone number, and she told me, it's like, I was trying to figure out why my leg was getting warm. It's like, maybe the heat's on too high, because she was above the wheel well, and that where that fire started. So her leg, she said, I think my leg might be burned. I'm gonna go check the doctor when I get back to Kelowna. So I'll see. I'll phone her. I'll message her. I'll see how that turned out, and perhaps maybe we can do something about that too. That's about it.